As I said last week, in the fire of 2014, we lost everything, all the infrastructure, including our water line, including our power supply. So I've just been trying to figure out, where do I start? And seeing as I have to go about a kilometer to get water, and I bring in jugs of water each time I come here, I figured, why not get started on the water line? I'm going to have to clear the trail that leads to where the water line used to be, so I can put a new water line up to the spring up in the mountain behind the homestead. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. In order to do that, I need to use my chainsaw. Cut my chainsaw, and chainsaws are, well, they're potentially very dangerous. They're super useful, super powerful, super effective at clearing stuff off of a trail. However, seeing as I'm out here and there's no medical services anywhere near here, no emergency services, I have to think really carefully about how I use the saw. And so I'm very cautious about the safety equipment that I use. To start out, fundamental, I use a pair of good quality leather gloves. I always wear gloves when I'm working. I also wear a hard hat with a mesh visor. It doesn't fog up if you're working hard or hardly working, and it also has hearing protection. So I got the earmuffs on here, and if I'm going to be out there for a while, I will often wear the little foam earplugs, and then I put these on over top of it as well. This thing here keeps, if a branch flips up or chips fly up, gives you some protection. Is it the foolproof? No, but it's better than not having anything there. And something else I wear are these chaps. These are 2600 threshold chain speed. What they do is, if the saw, for whatever reason, kicks up and hits your leg, this binds up the saw so it doesn't cut your leg. It gives you a fighting chance to live and not bleed to death on the trail that you're clearing. And of course, one more thing that I didn't mention was I always wear steel-toed work boots. Heavy, good quality leather steel-toed work boots. I always wear those. And I basically always, when I'm here, I'm wearing my Carhartt bib overalls. So that's kind of what I wear. So through the magic of film, I will now go poof and get into the safety gear. So poof, here I am in my safety gear. So you can see how the chaps, they will protect the front of your leg and inside here a little bit. And they attach across the back of the legs and around the waist. The leather gloves, hard hat, and you can just put that down, and then you put the visor down. You look kind of like a Mr. Safety geek. However, when you're out here in the bush on the homestead, there's no medical services. There's no emergency services. So if something happens, so if the saw did perchance hit my leg, I would be bleeding to death. So I wear my safety gear. When I'm not, I always got my hat on. So the fact of the matter with these chaps and any of the safety gear, it only works when it's on your body. You leave it hanging in the shed or leave it hanging in the mudroom, it doesn't work. So put it on. I always put it on. I wear it. No matter if I'm just going out to cut a couple sticks. Clearing trail is actually more dangerous than cutting wood because you're cutting unpredictable stuff. So you might cut a branch and then it's spring-loaded and it can kick up and knock the saw up into your face. So that's why I always wear my safety gear. So let's take a walk and we'll go up to that trail and you can see me take a quick shot of the saw and the safety gear in action. Hang tight, folks. Well, let's see how lucky I am with the Husqvarna. That's just luck. And also good fuel. So that's a little bit of trail clearing. I'm winded. Fat old city boy living out here in the country again. One thing I forgot to mention, on top of the hard hat, visor, ear protection, chaps, have a plan. If I go down, my kids know they're going to the neighbors. It's about 1 kilometer away, but they know the route. They know what to do. They get over there as quickly as they can. No matter what we're doing here, we always make a plan. Another thing is, when I'm cutting, I'm always looking. What's that attached to? If I cut it here, where's it going to go? Is that going to shoot up in the air? Take my head off? I'm always thinking about things like that. Much more than I did in my younger years. A little self-preservation for an old man. Anyway, that's a little bit about trail clearing and safety gear. So we'll talk to you again next week. See you, everybody. Don't forget to press that subscribe button. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you again soon.